Friendly Neighborhood Gamer here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be going over another Elden Beast build that absolutely destroys him. And of course, really quickly as well, let's shout out to some of the new subscribers to the channel. So thank you Raymond Carbajal, Ace, Bronson on Boys, Ken Bowser, and Keith Bynum. Thank you all so much for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it, so thank you. And if you haven't already, check out the last video on my channel with the Outlast Trials gameplay. It is absolutely crazy and nuts, but it is really fun. But anyways guys, enough said, let's get right into it. I saw this build and it looked so fun and simple that anyone can do it. I will post the original video of the original poster in the description. But anyways guys, we are going to be using the Lusette's Grindstone Staff, which can be level 9 or level 10, it doesn't really matter. And this can also be found in a chest north of the Nox Swordstress and Nox Priest, which is a boss duo. After defeating them, you'll find it in a chest. But once you have that, then we're going to be using the Okina Mask, and then we are going to be using the Beast Champion armor set as well. And most of the stats don't really matter other than intelligence, so you can wield the staff and use the sorcery. Which this sorcery is going to be the bread and butter of this build, and it is the Shard Spiral. And again, as long as you have most of your points into intelligence, you are going to be fine. A lot of the other stats don't really matter as much. And again, you don't have to put all 75 in intelligence, you can do some in vigor and mind as well. For the talisman, we're going to be using the Ritual Sword Talisman. For the second talisman, we're going to be using the Haladrake Talisman for +2. And then we're also going to be using the Graven School Talisman. And then the fourth talisman, we are going to be also using the Graven Mass Talisman. For our physics, we are going to be using the Magic Shrouding Crack Tear and Intelligence Knot Crystal Tear. Those are going to be our two physics that we're going to be using with this as well. And then also make sure you have enough Flask of Cerulean Tears. I'm doing about 6, you can do less or more. And I'm doing about 8 of the Crimson Tears as well. And the Rune Arc, of course, if you want to, and the Mimic Tear to help with distraction. So with all that said, let's get right into the fight and show you how it works. So this does a pretty decent damage against the boss. We are going to be drinking the physics before we go in there. Actually, you can drink it while you're in there if you want to save it a little bit. It doesn't really matter. We're going to start off by using our Mimic Tear, and be careful right here because I went to immediate spamming, which did some nice damage, but then again I forgot about his first attack, so make sure you dodge those first before you start spamming the spell. And then once you get some distance between you and him, then you can just start spamming the spell at him, and it does awesome damage. You can also charge that sorcery up before shooting it to shoot a more powerful version. It's not really necessary because it takes time, so I would suggest just spamming him with this over and over. And also as well, make sure you stay either to the side of your Mimic or behind your Mimic so that you have some nice distance between both of you and that your Mimic will get the aggro. Now in certain attacks like this, he does not take damage, so make sure you're not spamming the spells on that because he won't take damage. But once he's done, then you can start spamming the spell again and you will be good to go. So once he is finished off, then we're going to have a little bit of a different strategy with the Elden Beast, but it's pretty simple. For his first phase, you are going to want to get right behind him when you spawn in here so he doesn't hit you with his attacks. Then once you're behind him, just spam the spell, and as you can see, it does really good damage against him. Now, if you're lucky, he won't go up into the air after this first phase. Sometimes he does, most of the time he does, I should say. But if he does, then of course you're going to have to dance around a little bit, dodging his ground attacks, and wait till he gets back on the ground. If he doesn't go up into the air, then you can finish him a lot faster if he stays on the ground, but he usually doesn't stay on the ground after that first phase. So just make sure that you are close enough to hit him with these sorceries. So from here, basically, you just have to play the ground game once he is back on the ground and just keep shooting the sorceries at him. So it's pretty straightforward and really easy to do. Again, if you're having trouble dodging his attacks in the front, just try and stay behind him. And if your Mimic's still alive, have him take aggro of the Elden Beast. Again, this spot right here is perfect for hitting him with those sorceries. But anyways, guys, I'll leave you with that. If you do have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. And as again, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you guys next time. Hit the damn subscribe button already.